Alright guys, got ourselves a Sunday morning shave today, and we're going to be revisiting Catie's Bubbles Porch Drinks. This is another one of those scents, kind of like Uncomfortably Numb from Loose Screw. This is another one of those that has just kind of stuck with me since I got it, and it's been on my mind. I've been wanting to revisit it ever since I got it, and I wanted it for such a long time. When I finally got my hands on it, I was thrilled. And I just like the scent. Like, if these kind of things are up my alley. These kind of like spicy accords, you know what I mean? So this one, let's show you the label here. Coffee, cardamom, tobacco, and blood orange and bourbon. So honestly, what I get, I mean, I have a full scent kind of impressions on the first one, but it's like, I feel like it's cardamom forward. I feel like cardamom kind of takes the front with that spiciness. And it's kind of a unique spiciness if you're not familiar with cardamom. But I really like it. Usually when I see it in fragrances, I usually take the plunge on it. Not that, you know, all of them are cardamom forward, but I like what it brings to the mix, you know what I mean? And then there's a nice blood orange peeking through. It's not heavy, it's not super bright, but it's in there. You know what I mean? It's just kind of, just enough. And then I think probably the bourbon just brings a little bit of sweetness. A lot of times bourbon kind of translates to vanilla, oak, you know, type thing. Yeah, it's just a great scent. I love it. It's right up my alley. So that's what we'll be using today. And I believe, there it is. It's in the luxury cream. So we're giving that a go. We're going to be doing the Blackland Vector yet again. This thing, the slim profile is just, I just can't get over it. Just can't get over how awesome this thing is. Now that I've tried it, it's like a for sure thing. You know what I mean? And that's the best part about having somebody loan you their gear, is that you try before you buy. There's no real risk taken. Even if you pay for shipping back and forth from the guy, it's almost worth it, which in this case I didn't. Corey, he shipped it to me just out of the kindness of his heart. Great dude. Corey, Shaving with Chief, gonna be linked in the description. If you haven't listened to me yet, listen to me now. Go check him out. Alright, we're gonna be having ourselves a cup of coffee. I don't have any Diet Dr. Pepper to be like Corey while he's on deployment, but I do got some coffee, so. And that has some Cinnabon cream in it, so you could call me a fat ass if you'd like. Porch Drinks, that's what we're going with. We're going to be using our That Darn Rob with the Bird's Eye Maple there, and the ivory kind of cream topper with the 28mm SynBad synthetic knot from AP Shave Co. So that's the shave. Got some distilled water here on the side. We're just going to keep doing that until we run out of the gallon jug, and then it's just going to be back to the tap. Alright, so I wrung that out. That's where we're at, and we're going to get to lathering, alright? It's just a nice Sunday morning here. I could see out the window. Looks like it's going to be a good day. Yesterday was kind of gloomy, but I was out fishing, so it really didn't matter. We weren't baking in the sun, and that I appreciated that. Plus, I don't really like the sunny days. I kind of like it when it's gloomy, mostly because the temperature's nice. I'm kind of a chunky fella, so as soon as it gets over 70, I'm like already uncomfortable and irritated. That was a healthy little dose of water that we added here, so let's see if Catie's Bubbles will soak all of that up. That was kind of heavy addition of water. Like I said, I don't have a syringe or anything, so we just eyeball it and work with what we got. But I have confidence in Catie's Bubbles. Give it a nice little swash there. Get everything off the sides. Just got done watching a slew of videos this morning while I did a few chores around the house and while I was making some eggs and bacon for breakfast. I watched the Shaving Chick. I watched Latherhog. I watched Shaving with Chief. Who else did I watch? That might be it. But definitely knocked down a few good videos this morning. Oh, I watched Matti Lindholm as well. Although that one was, other than the intro, it was entirely in Swedish. So that was kind of interesting, watching somebody do a shave in a whole different language. Okay, and as I pretty much suspected, Catie's bubbles would just explode. And it did. It's just all over the place. I got gobs. So I did get a shave in last night. I'm sitting at about kind of 15 hours growth. There is stubble there. But I just kind of wanted to get in the shave early in my day so my video's out of the way. And that way I could just enjoy the rest of the day. Alright. So, hopefully you guys saw my my mail call video where I got some tobacco and chella in. I already did my chella shave. Tobacco I'm going to save for Tuesday. Excuse me. Alright. Got some moisture. Now let's try to fucking get all of this gobs and gobs of lather on the face. So, Chella performed fantastic. Good stuff. The immediate kind of post-shave feel. There wasn't any, kind of moisturized feeling or anything like that. Not that I expected it to, but it was just kind of like the one negative. It had plenty of slickness during the shave. I guess another negative would be that during the shave I didn't really smell it. The only time I really smelt it was off the puck and then while lathering. But during the shave, I either went nose blind to it real quickly or it just wasn't that strong, wasn't that bold. So that's another negative in my view. Maybe others might not find that as a negative, but performance-wise, it was a good cream. It definitely gave me a good shave. No doubt about that. And it will be staying in the dam. So it's nice to try the classics, see what the all the love is about for them, and then come to find out that the hype is real type. You know, if I gotta put it some way, the hype is real. Not that they're hyped or anything, but alright. I could try to smooth it out all day, but that will get the job done. Let me just rearrange my counter space here. I used to have like a little ghetto rig where I had like this kind of like cylinder that I would put my camera on. Well, a cylinder, and then like I put a box on top of that for a little bit extra height, and then that's what was my camera was teetering on. Totally ghetto. Now I got this little sticky that goes to my window, and it has like a little platform for my phone to sit on, and so we're a little bit more centered than before, and a lot more counter space than before, so that's very much appreciated. So here we go. Pass one. Blackland Vector, Schick Proline P30 on its third use. I'm finding, you know, even on the third use here. One thing about the kind of like the Schick blades, and now I'm kind of finding with these Artist Club blades, is they're just ever so slightly thicker. I feel like they have a comfortable edge. Very nice. I feel like they have a comfortable edge, and I feel like they last a little bit longer than the majority of DE blades. Like they hold that edge longer. And this thing is just awesome. I feel like this just has like almost the perfect face feel for me. Like the entry level blade feel. Because I kind of like that blade feel. Even if there's more blade feel than this one has. I like it. Okay, we got that. Even if there's more blade feel than this, I'm cool with that. And there's plenty of residual slickness on this. Alright, good first pass. Oh, what a dipshit. Good first pass, and I still have this whole side of my face. And that's what happens. That's what happens when you're on camera shaving. You lose track of what the hell you're doing, and you just you're going off on a tangent and all this other shit. But wonderful, wonderful slickness, residual slickness. It has a nice density to it, a nice weight on the face. Very creamy. And easy to use, easy to lather. Nothing wrong can be said about Catie's Bubbles. Really. This scent is right up my alley. I feel like it's there. Kinda 5, 6 out of 10-ish area. Prominent. Complex enough to stick around. You're not going nose blind, or at least I'm not. It's present during the shave, there for you to enjoy. Alright. Let me just rinse my hands off. We'll go ahead and get to lathering up for pass 2. But just overall very enjoyable so far. This one is definitely not going anywhere. This one's definitely staying in the den. Alright. We still got plenty of lather here. The cool thing is kind of seeing like the yield, you know, like I use a little ice cream sample spoon, and I put more or less the same amount of soap every single time. It kind of has like an almond sized kind of scoop on it. Very small. And I just kind of like fill up that little almond size. And that does it for me. But it is kind of cool seeing like which soaps stretch that almond size further. Like my grooming department, you know, in the Luso base, almond size doesn't really go that far, you know. It doesn't whip up into much. It's a hell of a slick soap, but it doesn't, that particular base doesn't whip up into much. You know, Catie's Bubbles here whips up into gobs and gobs and gobs of lather. And, you know, you could just do 30 passes And then, you know, ask your neighbors if they need any. Alright, I'll set that aside. Take another swig here. Alright, here we go. Pass 2 against the grain. I just love how low profile that head is. It increases the visibility, you know? Like you can see when you're kind of cleaning up the sideburns and whatnot. That low profile just kind of really helps with visibility, which, I mean, to be honest, it's not really an issue the majority of the time. I find with straight razors it's more of an issue, but it's just kind of a nice added benefit. I think Tim from the Scented Soldier Shaves, I think he was right. He commented that the Vector is like the stealth bomber of the wet shaving razor world. Just, you know what I mean? And it really is. It's low profile. Really is. All right. Just smooth, efficient. It's a great looking razor. It's machined well. I honestly don't know what else people could really ask for. I think that'll do it. Go ahead and rinse off, get some post shave on. But just top notch. Top notch all around. That darn Rob handle is just kind of like, you know, a classic shape. It's not as slender as it looks. Like I've seen some more classic handles. Kind of like my Violong kind of has a classic shape. I guess that's about it. But I've seen more classic handles, and they look kind of skinny. Kind of like the old Merritts and Come On brushes. And I see a lot of people saying Simon. Am I wrong or are they wrong? I call it Come On. Like, come on, guys. It's come on, not Simon. But maybe I'm the one that's wrong. Who knows? I thought they were called Come On brushes. Anyhow, I noticed those old vintage handles are kind of like tall and skinny. And that darn Rob kind of mirrors that look, but it's a slightly wider. And it fits great in my hand. I don't have huge hands, but it kind of fits like the average size handle that I have in my collection. And I'm looking over there because that's where my display is of brushes. But the handle just looks phenomenal. You know, that darn Rob is a master on the lathe. And that AP Shave Co. SynBad knot is my favorite synthetic that I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 synthetic brushes. And that AP Shave Co. SynBad is my favorite. It's just nice. It's a densely packed synthetic brush. super soft, you know. And whereas most synthetics are pretty damn soft, I do have some that aren't. You know, I like my my Blood Knot from Frugal Shave. It's definitely less soft than the other 4 that I have. Not that it's uncomfortable, but it definitely brings like a little bit of scrub, whereas the others are just kind of plush. And that's not a bad thing. I'm cool with the scrub. So, alright. Now my beard's all fucking crazy. Let's get some drinks. Matching aftershave splash, drinks, and some sort of doctor's handwriting right there. Gibberish. But that's what it says, drinks. Give it a little shake. Nice industry standard restrictor on top. Get some of that on there. Oh, yes. Fantastic. To me, this is perfect. For a Sunday, it's kind of like spicy, refined scent. We're just going to get some on the cheeks. Probably going to get some on the forearm. Because I love this shit and I want to smell like it all the time. Alright. Think that will do it. Kind of get some residual on the beard. Everywhere. Everywhere. Alright, guys. Do a quick little wrap up here. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Porch Drinks and the matching Drinks Aftershave Splash from Catie's Bubbles. Luxury cream base. Fantastic. Fantastic stuff. Fantastic scent. Right up my alley. Fantastic performance. As to be expected. We got our That Darn Rub. This beautiful bird's eye and cream with the AP Shave Co. 28mm synthetic. We got our Lancaster bowl, trusty as always. Set that aside. And then the star of the show, the Stealth Bomber, the Blackland Vector. Focus on the razor. There we go. Blackland Vector, just fucking beautiful. Alright. That's my shave, guys. Have a good Sunday. Have a good upcoming week. Thanks, Chief, for letting me use this thing. Awesome. Awesome guy. Alright, guys. I'm out of here.